Already crazy challenge the Killhouse stealth, no suppressors, no interrogation, and no moving bodies. There's no interrogation. It's not really difficult. It's just really infuriating. But I mean, aside from that, there's a lot of stuff that we can't actually do here, such as, well, moving bodies, because no moving bodies. And then there's also no suppressors, which, I mean, I guess that's fine. But I'll explain that in a bit. As for no interrogation, well, I mean, the drill's there, it just takes absolutely forever. As for no suppressors, this should make it quite obvious. I mean, no suppressors, right? All we need is a bit of ammunition, and now we're essentially set, and that's quite literally it. Well, Cyber's over there for some reason, and I presume we're just going to be... Of course, are you still moving? You are not. So essentially, now we're just going to hopefully not knock someone out in an inconvenient location due to no moving bodies, use the suppressed gun on no suppressors, and then afterwards get really annoyed at no interrogation. Which, I mean, presumably you're going to continue going over there, which does make things quite convenient for me, if you could just follow me in here. And if Cyber could just not alert the whole map right now, that'd be fantastic. If I could actually hit my knockout, that would be extra fantastic. So just going to grab the disguise, we're going to shut this door since there's a body in there, and it would be a shame if someone were to walk inside over there. And now we essentially wait. I mean, that does make things quite convenient, having everyone over there. I'm taking a keycard though. And I mean, well, since Cyber's knocking people out over there, we might as well just join in. Since there's not really an incentive to move it, since it's not like we can move the body in the end, eventually. Which means that if someone sees that, it's probably game over anyways. Now, regardless, Cyber's going to ambitiously open that door over there and potentially get caught, but I mean, go ahead for Cyber. Just don't get caught and hope for the best, essentially. So instead, we're going to open this door. There's no camera over there, which means that looping this is quite simple. There's not a few extra steps. Then we can go over here, quickly check inside, and there's seemingly still absolutely no one. Which gives us a lot of time to just set up this area to knock out 3 guards, well, in a short sequence. Provided that the guards actually show up over here, which isn't exactly guaranteed. So, now we've got a first guard. That's the second guard. And if I loop this one, or actually, if I do that, and then go over here, since this entire area is clear, and then afterwards take out the final guard, that should be everyone. And presumably, we'll do just fine. If someone shows up, then, well, we're gonna be in for a bad time since I think that camera just saw that over there. Or at least, some of it. And since Cyber's in the vault room and Cyber has identified that it's actually the green wire, I should probably start searching for it. And I should be incredibly paranoid if a guard walks through that door since... well, it's not really a great place to be. Namely, the guard's going to immediately start shooting us. So, hopefully everyone's already taken out by now, which it probably should have already happened. So I'm just going to loop all of the cameras and probably start trying to find the green box, since that would be quite helpful for the mission. Which, only works if we can actually find said box. Which so far isn't really working, but there's one more place that we can check in this area, which is over... it might not even be over here. Well, the solution is to just open this door and hopefully no one sees anything. The camera there's still up, which just makes things extra perfect. So we might as well just loop it, since, it might actually go terribly wrong if, well, we start doing things. And that makes things quite convenient since the sensors are now disabled, and Cyber's just going to start drilling. Unfortunately though, we still have to start drilling, and it's still going to take a while. But while we wait, we could always just loop all of the cameras and then probably start messing around with, let's just say, every single explosive in Spawn. Just like how we have, well, the suppressed weapons from Spawn. No interrogation is the best. So, let's not walk in front of that camera with a gun, since the camera operator doesn't really exist on the map. It does, just not really in the traditional sense, or in the sense that one would expect. So, presumably, Cyber's got a bag of grenades, and... well, presumably, Cyber doesn't throw it into this room, because otherwise we are not going to be in for a good time. So as Cyber does this absurd nonsense, and steal sort of the grenades that I could have used for this kind of stuff, or actually steals all of them, that works too, and the C4s, of course. Can't forget a C-Force. Well, I mean, while Cyber does that, we could always just have an experiment here with proximity mines. Once Cyber's done detonating all of that, I'm gonna go through here. And I'm just going to avoid that area, because if I were to go near there, we'd be in for a bad time. How unfortunate. Right then, now we're just going to go through... Now we're just going to start by looping the camera since... Thank you, Cyber. Now I believe there's going to be more C4 since that's exactly what's happening, because of course. Which I guess I'll let happen. We're not actually able to pick up that microcam, but it says we are since it's in spawn and things over there have peculiarities. Now presumably, Cyber is going to detonate it yet again. This is unnerving, to say the least. So if you could just step away from that, that'd be fantastic. Great, we've invented a sun again. So, now that that's completely clear, we've run out of explosives, but we could always use some breach charges, which I would like to believe is what's going to happen next. But who knows, it might not actually happen. We could always just have Cyber pick up the saw blades and immediately start shooting literally everything. Or Cyber's just gonna stay there and, well, do absolutely nothing. Why do you have a... Okay. Right then, instead we're just gonna go over here, and we're just going to, well, idle. There's not a lot more to do. Actually, there is one more thing to do. Are you gonna use a breaching charge? Go ahead. There we go. And that makes quite a convenient route all the way back to spawn, which means that the moment this opens, we could always just, well, run through there and we can get out of here. And I mean, with 20 seconds left, there's a medkit over here which we can grab, so might as well. I mean, it's not like Cyber did any damage just now with the grenades or the C4s, which is quite convenient. But now that we're healed up for no apparent reason, I mean, it's not weak and medkits regardless. All we gotta do is just wait 5 seconds, have the vault open, and go back over there. Why does Cyber have 3 breaching charges? Could we not do this right now? Thank you very much. I'm taking the loot, and we're getting out of there. So we're just gonna go straight through here, get mildly pushed by Cyber from being behind me, and we're gonna go in here. Cyber's just going to mess up going through the door, and that's the daily challenge in just under 7 minutes. Cheers everyone, have a great time!